Oh, Jesus, man. I'm so tired. Yeah, well, as you can see, welcome to Watch With Us Live with your boy, Reggie. As you know, we are down to week 12, and I am here with the one, the only, the messy shade queen, all the above, the setup queen, anything else y'all want to call her, Miss JT herself. How you doing, JT? Oh, man, I think people are waiting for this one. It's so controversial this week, too. So controversial. How you feeling? You feeling good? You know, a lot of people didn't see behind the scenes how much arguing, fighting you've been doing today. Every week. Yeah. And you're not lying about that. But as y'all know, we are here to get into the mess in the city in the tea. And as you're gonna do, this episode or this week is harsh truths. We're gonna do keep that theme going with the harsh truth. And the harsh truth is JT, how you feel about the episode, man? How you feel about episode 12 overall? Like, give me a little brief synopsis.
The episode was good.
It was good?
I enjoyed it. It was interesting. Once again, another episode of last week was good too. I thought the episode was like a nice balance of things. Yeah.
This episode was just more drama.
Yeah, a little bit more drama in this one, but I think it's because after the spring fling, it really went a lot of stuff. So it makes sense that the drama started to kind of unfold within these past 2 months.
Okay. Well, before we get into it, like I said, I don't do everybody. I would play a game of some sort. So I originally had one idea for a game. Then things happened. I said, well, ain't no way to tell that who's more messy between the two, even though it's clearly JT. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna give a messy reading since we're such masters at knowing what. Cheese. Could they hear me? Mm.
Say something. Hello. Can you hear me?
Cheese. One.
It does sound like she's far away, but how do you loud clear? Is my headset maybe not working?
Let me see. Testing. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay.
I asked you to speak up, but maybe that's what it is. I hear Reggie and I hear you in the headset. Is it your hair? I mean, that's not working.
Try now.
Can you hear me?
That's how you count.
It is bad, but actually, I don't know what it is.
Use that. Use your.
Should I scream? I think we just need to disconnect the headset.
That's fine.
And then I'll just play the audio.
That's fine. My MacBook off.
That's okay.
Press the move to thing.
Okay, it's gone.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure that I can hear y'all now.
Can you hear me? Can I get a witness? Oh yeah.
Why am I not hearing y'all?
Is your volume on?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. Yes, it is. It is on. It's turned all the way up.
Is it on the MacBook speaker?
This is so ghetto.
Is it on the speaker?
It said MacBook. This is so ghetto.
I'll try mine.
Chauncey said you can hear us.
Okay, if they hear y'all, they hear y'all. So you'll just play it from there then. It might be a delay because I'm not getting anything out of mine.
All right, here we go. All right.
If they hear y'all, they hear y'all. So yeah, we'll wait until somebody come in. But yeah, okay, we good.
Of course, when it comes to JT's and mine, we'll have all these technical difficulties.
Of course, it had to be my show.
And of course, so we're gonna let it play by ear. So back to what I said. So our game is gonna be simple like this, all right? So we are both masters of being messy, and we kind of do that.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna give everybody on the cast, besides the people I know, talk about a shade rating or a messy rating. All right. So we're gonna start. We'll start easy. We're gonna try to do it in alphabetical order. So let's see. Black. No, Antonio's the first person.
What am I doing?
Give me a messy rating.
A messy rating.
Yes.
And what's the from 1 to 10?
We'll do keep it 1 to 5.
1 to 5.
And then give me a somewhat of a reason.
Black. That's your first one?
I do Antonio since you don't like Antonio.
Oh, Antonio?
I do Antonio. I think Antonio has a messy rating of. I'm gonna give a 4. My reason is a 4 because he doesn't. He try to be like. He's very sneaky with it. Like he doesn't, and he like it's just like I didn't really mean to be that way. So that's the ultimate form. It's like one of the classic forms of being messy. I think. Like just throwing the rock and then not doing the shit. So yeah, but you go for Black.
Black. Oh, wait, I can't say Antonio.
I mean, you can. Sure.
I mean, I'll put on the list. Antonio, I'll give him a 3. Like a 3, because I don't think he's like super messy. It's sometimes the intention could not be messy, right? But then what makes it messy is when you justify it after it's explained to you that it was wrong. So then it's messy because you didn't act like you don't care, you know?
So he plays stupid. Though.
It kind of not even necessarily plays stupid. It's just you don't want to admit that you're wrong without there being a explanation. You know, if you admit that you're wrong, you're wrong. That's it. But you know, let's leave it there. As far as Black goes, I feel like Black is probably a 4.
Black is definitely a 5.
I wouldn't give him 5. I would give him a 4, but it's circumstantial. I don't think he's like all around a messy individual. But you know, if it presents itself, mess happens.
Okay, Black. Yeah, I'm definitely giving Black a 5. Only because I've seen him all over, and from the way he did that certain individual brought that up, that's ultimate messy. Things died down and everything. You still brought that up. It's pretty messy. Man, you better not be looking at these comments. Bump these comments. They ain't saying nothing normal.
I just wanted to see.
They ain't saying nothing cute yet.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Next one.
I'm not saying the next person alphabetically or second page alphabetically. So dang, that's nothing there. Enrique is maybe
a 2. A 2. Like
2.5.
No, I'll give him a 2 because it's like I feel like Enrique is also circumstantial. Like Enrique can, be catty and have fun with the best of them, and we all could have a little messy shade, have a little cute 1-2 banter. So that's a 2 because it's not like an intentional hurt feeling or try to stir up anything. It really just be simply, oh girl, I got you, girl, type vibe. So yeah.
All right, then I'm good. All right, you know what? We're gonna just pick that. So next person, we're gonna do a favorite. Let's see who's somebody that that's going that can actually generally be able to measure and be good at measuring. Quan. I'm gonna tell you now. I'm very biased. Quan is a 4.5.
I am crying.
I am very biased.
I can't really say too much because that's only because I don't know Quan very well.
Quanisha.
And I haven't been love Quanisha. But like I haven't been around her enough. And so because of that, I can't really say one or the other now as far as like certain moments where we do also have like I said, a cute little back and forth. Like I said, Enrique can do. Quan can do it too. And so it's like because of that, I'll probably give him like maybe a 3. A 2.5, 3.
All right, well, we got the game out of the way, so now we're gonna get to what y'all really came for. So we're gonna go, as per usual, scene by scene of episode 12.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Spring Fling, pack into So when I'm in the first 3 minutes in the episode and I get name dropped.
Yeah.
So how that feel for you? Now everything I guess is out of the bag, it's kind of already out of the bag, but now it's officially out of the bag. So
I thought that
no.
It was like, okay, it's finally there, because it was already a little scuttlebutt, that it was discussed or something happened, whatever. And then, of course, as some of the girls said, I said it on the live, but it was on the live with 4 people. So at the end of the day, nobody heard it, nobody seen it. So it was until like my good sis Black decided to say something on our good friend TTD, and then until the show has come out, is that everybody finally see what it is. But you know, it is what it is.
So the fact that the way Buscon said it or bring it up, was it kind of like sound like he was it giving shady? Was it giving?
He was in the moment, like he was upset. Obviously, as he explained earlier today, apparently he found out that I had some people ready to come to quote unquote jump him or come to fight him. Like I do not have a gang.
You have a gang.
I don't have a gang, but but the thing is like it wasn't really given that. It's just that was how it was presented to him, and so I understood now why he came with that energy because beforehand I didn't know that. But now that I know that, I understand. And you know, it is what it is. Like, you know, it happens.
Probably one of the game members right there calling right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a pro. But yeah, like I just didn't understand that first. Like I just didn't get it. And now I get it. But yeah, like it is what it was, you know.
So not pertaining to the whole viewers, they didn't really get to see the part when you actually got upset, and you had that moment. So speaking into that a little bit, like seeing that how the whole argument itself, like was it overwhelming? Do you feel like was it necessary to happen in that moment, or should it even have happened?
It was unwarranted. I didn't feel like the energy that was brought, even though, like I said before, at that time, I didn't feel like the energy that was brought warranted what we really was talking about. And I just kind of was like feeling kind of weird, like what is going on, what's happening, and I got, you know, very hyped up in a sense of like my normal response to stuff. Where before these people met me, I would have definitely retaliated, and it would not have went well when it came down to somebody that I genuinely like. And I have a genuine rule where if we're friends, we're not fighting. There will not be no physical altercations. If we have an issue, we're going to talk about our issues and find some type of resolution. And that resolution could be us continuing our friendship or not speaking at all. But it's a resolution. I'm not fighting you guys. Because if we fight, we're not coming back from that. There is no, I'm sorry this happened, let's move forward. No, we're fighting and you're done to me. Like, that's it. So I didn't want it to be that because I genuinely like Buscon. And so that was the reason why the energy that he was given, I didn't present him that same energy. Because didn't want it to go further. However, I'm not no pussy.
I mean,
that's the thing. The thing about it is, one thing about it, when you are a queen, you pick and choose your battles. You don't sit here and just retaliate in response to everything just because you could. And I don't move that way. I give energy to what I need to give energy to. And then when it comes down to my friends, I'm going to always treat you different than a streetwalker. A streetwalker could have got handled quickly. But a friend, no, we're going to talk about it. We're going to handle this. And that was why I was appreciative that we was able to sit down at the photo shoot and talk, which we'll get into that later. But, you know, I was appreciative that we got to that space and discussed our issues and move forward. But yeah, like, you're not going to play those crazy ass games. Like, I'm just not in that space to go back and forth in that type of degree where we got to fight and do all that shit. We don't have to do all of that, especially in the particular conversation piece didn't warrant a fight.
So I got eggs.
Okay.
Who would have won the fight that you would bust on?
It ain't about that.
I mean, clearly you said what you want to do.
No, it would have been a cute fight. I would say that because I'm no Buscon ain't no pussy, and at the end of the day, I ain't no pussy. But I'm also not about to be fighting no man either. So that's just what it is. Like, let that be known and understood, regardless of how people feel. I will not be fighting no man. That's where the terms come from. I don't have to do all that shit. I make calls.
For the game.
That's it. Like, I'm not going to be fighting no man. Like, it's just not good.
For your game, basically.
Yeah. It is what it is, though. And that's not a threat. That is not a promise. That is a statement. That is an understanding.
Okay. Well, move on to some more lighthearted. The cooking competition. So I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you, that cooking competition though. So food was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm speaking on that much.
The food was okay.
So you had cooked better?
No, not some of them. Some of them dishes was really good. I couldn't say that I'm that equipped to present a whole type of like feast for a bunch of people. I'm not in that space yet. Like I'm still growing as a cook. Now I can cook, but I can't cook to the magnitude of feeding others to that degree. So that's what it is. But I will say there was some great food there. Like it wasn't all bad. Like I said earlier, Chauncey's whole listing of food was great. Like everything as far as like what was needed for the competition was, everything was great. Like, and I like some of Delon's stuff. You know, Lord Jesus, my baby Marciano, love you to pieces, but baby, your category was dry, and that's unfortunate. But I love you some Marcy. And yeah, Kwan has some hit and misses too. Like, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, it was fun. We had a good time. You know, we had other things happen, obviously, but it was cool. It was chill. It was nothing too crazy.
Can we talk about Liam's facial expression?
Oh, Liam be having me weak.
That man, he said, man, while looking at the footage, I think there was not one he liked.
Yeah, he did. I swear to you, I felt like he didn't like anything. I was like, oh, Liam. Every time I looked over, he just always had this face of like, I'm eating something else nasty. I'm over it. I am over it. It was a key.
It was definitely a key. Speaking of keys, we're going to get into keying some more things after this commercial break. Please, guys, if y'all want to come join us in the conversation, I know a lot of y'all out there who love this person over here want to come say something in the chat. So please come join us in live, and we'll see you when we get back.
Real Life and Reality is back. We're bringing you all new content from our hit show, Real Life and Philanthropy, and our brand new show, Real Life and Music. And oh yes, we're bringing you real life premium content all year long. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to all things real life and reality. See you in the comment section.
Want beautiful skin the natural way? Then K3 is just for you. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Black. That's BLAQ. And I don't know how many times I have been asked or even told that you have very nice skin or what do you use in your skin. And I don't know how many times I have told people that I just drink water. Drinking water don't always work for everybody. So what I've done is produced two products, well, multiple products actually, for you guys, just for you to use for your skin, to get that glow, that nice even tone. And if you want beautiful skin the natural way, make sure you purchase K3 today.
You hear me on these beats, I'm making hits back to back. That boy Red help me out. Now I'm growing where I'm at. I left the drummer with Corona till I'm black. Told you that.
All right, guys, and you see, we are back from commercial break. I'm glad for those who are still here, and you know, we love you and support you for that. And unfortunately, we are here with JT, the people that y'all do not like. Not right. We all love JT, I think. All right, but yeah, so now we're getting back to episode 12. But before we get back, we got Reese and the one and only Papa Smurf. So y'all two come up here, show some love.
First of all, I want to know, and JT, you can slap the shit out of Reggie. To my unfortunately,
You do it for yours.
can y'all hear me?
Hey, Enrique.
Hey, JT.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we can hear you out too.
Hi, everybody.
Are you getting feedback, Reese?
Hearing everything again. Like I heard it the
Yeah,
first time.
me too. I turned my TV is on mute.
We're gonna finish talking about the episode a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I turned my TV is on mute. Are you guys getting feedback on the other end, JT and Reggie?
We're gonna finish talking about the episode. So moving forward with episode 12, we're talking about the Millennium House.
Are you guys
getting feedback on the other end, JT and Reggie?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
We're now wait. This is so ghetto.
The ghetto.
So
Wait. What if I put on my headphones on my computer?
do it.
Hold on, 1 second. Oh, okay. Can y'all hear me? Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Can y'all hear me, guys?
I can hear you.
Whatever your name is, can you hear me?
Whatever your name.
Not whatever your
Can you hear me?
name is.
You good?
All right, perfect. So we'll just, if me and JT don't respond, it's a little delay, of course. So we'll let y'all.
It's JT and I.
Like I said, first off, Papa Smurf, Reese, how y'all feeling?
We're good.
Amazing. How are you?
Okay, not too much. I'm good, I'm with JT. Had an eventful day as per usual for the episode. So just living.
Okay. So I have a question. Y'all have a delay. I think it's a delay going
It's
on.
a long delay.
Question.
I can hear you, Enrique.
Okay. So the question is, being as though you guys have now been put out there on Front Street to be romantically connected, how do you think the viewers feel about production fraternizing with the cast?
Yikes. Yikes. When it comes to production fraternizing with the cast, I don't think it means much because it didn't change anything for JT for real. JT has treated the same way, I think. He got treated pretty much the same way.
To me?
JT didn't give me no love and affection for real. That's good. I mean,
I'm the Rayman.
I mean, I don't see any difference, to be honest.
No, my question was, how do you think the viewers are viewing it? Not what y'all feel.
This is what I do every time.
Oh, I mean, they probably just feel like, oh, this is the reason why she's on the main cast and why she's this, why she's that. And that's fine, but that's really not why. Like, that's
Well,
really not why.
honestly, JT, and I asked that
Never,
question for a reason.
ever my intention. That never wasn't something that I was sought him out for. Hmm.
So that was the reason for asking that was because I wanted you to clarify that if people are watching the show, they see that you're holding your own when it comes to being involved in situations, when it comes to you working. And I wanted to put that out there to people that the initial conversation was you were a part of main cast because of your involvement with production, quote unquote. But now that they're seeing that you are actually doing something to make yourself main cast, I wanted you to actually discuss that so that you could clear that air.
Yeah, as far as it's concerned, I did not do anything to become main cast aside from do what's on the show. Like, that was it. When it came down to Reggie is concerned, he came after me. I did not go after him. So that's to make that abundantly clear. And then as far as making the main cast concerned, last time I checked, it wasn't just Reggie who was running the show. And that's all I have to say about it.
Race.
I ain't gonna lie. Also, Enrique, she's not lying. I did pursue JT, and yeah, um, you see how that you saw where that got me.
No, I didn't see where they got you. I wasn't there when y'all got.
For the viewers, I really hope they are very understanding people and not immature with the whole idea of that this is still a business.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so
It
confused.
was still a business, and it's still like JT did earn her spot just like everybody else on the cast. There was no favoritism because
She earned a spot.
you, Brandon, and all that. So yeah.
Can you reconnect back over there? Can you reconnect back to that? Because that delay is killing me.
Yeah, it's killing me too.
Get yourself out of this one.
Yeah.
No, I'm not connected to you. I'm connected.
No, I'm saying when we were, could y'all hear yourself?
No.
Oh, see, I don't know what's going on with my laptop.
Yeah, it's killing me. Like, can you, yeah.
This is so good. Okay, we're gonna just go to a commercial break. Hold on.
Real Life and Reality is back. We're bringing you all new content from our hit show, Real Life and Philanthropy, and our brand new show, Real Life the Music. And oh yes, we're bringing you real life premium content all year long. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to all things real life and reality. See you in the comment section.
Want beautiful skin the natural way? Then K3 is just for you. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Black. That's BLAQ. And I don't know how many times I have been asked or even told that you have very nice skin or what do you use in your skin. And I don't know how many times I have told people that I just drink water. Drinking water don't always work for everybody. So what I've done is produced two products, well, multiple products actually, for you guys, just for you to use for your skin, to get that glow, that nice even tone. And if you want beautiful skin the natural way, make sure you purchase K3 today.
You hear me on these beats, I'm making hits back to back. That boy Red help me out. Now I'm growing where I'm at. I left the drummer with Corona, tell him Black told you that.
There you go.
There you go. Come up. We're back. Enrique, talk to me. No, we behind. Enrique, can you hear me? Talk to me, Enrique. Can you hear me?
Ask Reese to talk because it's showing his mic.
Reese, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, fantastic. We'll go with that. All right, Reese. So I don't know if you were saying anything nice to me or about it, but I'm just going to reiterate and answer the question that y'all was saying. So from a viewer standpoint, how the viewers feel about me and JT being open now. Like I said, I hope they will understand that professionally that it did not affect my decision, or it's never been just my decision who was on cast or JT got special treatment. If you saw or paid attention, it was a long time before JT even came on camera. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of things. I think I always did my best to keep what me and JT had going on separate. And I think it is still to this day separate, you know what I'm saying? So we good. We have to say good Judy's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people say good Judy's. Not like that. Jesus Christ, Brandon, why you gotta put it out there like that? But no. Yeah. What about you, Reese? How you feel that about as a viewer?
I don't know that you guys being in a situation or relationship or whatever it is, I don't know that really it doesn't matter to me, I guess. It didn't affect. I don't think that when you guys say main cast, I think, is that like in the beginning, like you're I don't know. What is main cast?
Main cast is technically the people you see at the beginning of the show at the theme music.
Yeah, okay, and like you said, so JT wasn't in the beginning, and I think that I've been very, very just forward with my came in. It was very, very like messy. It was just. I think that it just. So when you say main, I don't know. We don't like I've seen her. I think she had a gig, 2 gigs, right? She did the Fenty situation. She helped Bus Clown with his situation recent in this episode. So I don't see her working as. So to me, I don't know if that's main. I don't know. And then it's like you're saying, for what? It does like it. And again, it could be being all of that because it's like somebody mentioned something about being at the park and her back. Like, show us the meat and potatoes. Give us the whole story. I get it. You can't. But at the same time, if it has context, I think it should be shown. So
I ain't gonna lie to you, Reese. Whatever you were saying, it kept over here. So I think what I'm trying to reiterate what you were saying. You were basically saying that what JT was giving is not main cast, or wasn't giving main cast, because you saw from a viewer standpoint, you only had 2 things with the Fenty and the 50 Savage and the Buzzcon thing. Which on the contrary, JT had more than the Fenty situation and the Buzzcon. You had He Who Should Not Be Named scene. You had your first grade director scene with
with Tim.
Tim, there you go. I was about to say, I got Tim name. Tim. And then and JT been pretty much involved in every form of drama in some form of way. So JT, do you have?
We know that. We definitely see that.
Not necessarily having a rebuttal about it. I'll just say, obviously, I have no control over what is being shown. Mm-hmm. I'm just presenting what I can. As far as the beginning of filming, I wasn't filming as much because I was trying to get my feet wet. I was just adjusting to being in Atlanta, so I wasn't really filming as much. But once I did start, getting my footing, I started showing what I could. And we are a cast full of 13 people. Nobody knew who was going to be main cast yet. Therefore, everybody had the room and grounds to submit scenes, things of that nature. And in some cases, not necessarily per se happened to me in any particular fashion, but in some cases somebody else may get prioritized over you. So therefore, you miss out on certain things that the person typically does or do, because over the course of filming, I did a lot of things. I've been all over the place. I've been doing all kind of shit. So it's unfortunate that everything didn't get filmed. And also, I feel like in a lot of cases, because of the narrative that is being presented, the stuff that is being shown just adds fuel to the fire. So it's a selective thing as well. Like if this portion that I brought to the situation is a little bit more intriguing, then that is what's going to be put in the forefront. And again, I signed up for a show. I did the whole piece of it all. And so what they choose to put in there, I have no qualms about. It is what it is, So that's really all I have to say about it.
And I think that, and again, I get it. I get the you film, but in my opinion, it's you're painted as the messy one, because you talk and you stir the pot, and then the green screen, you say something else. It just gets very. It seemed to me when when I saw you come in from my vantage point, you came through the doorway. Like again, when you're in a scene and you're having a conversation with somebody and trying to be cool and trying to make a situation right, but then you talking shit, and it's like, okay, so is your intention to be this person that's back and forth to be like a green steam? Like I don't understand. I don't know. That's what I see. That's what I see. I think this is very messy, and I think that the things that you have done, I'm never going to take that up.
Are you not providing a point of reference?
Tonight, when you were talking to Bus Clown, and you guys had this whole thing about y'all, then in the green screen, it was like you contradicted yourself.
In what way?
To me, again, I'm going off of my perception. It was very in the scene and everything like that. But then it was like, well, we don't really fuck with each other. Well, if we don't fuck with each other, put that. I don't really fuck with you, so I don't care what you say. And let that be that. But it's like, I feel like in person, let's bring it down and let's try to understand each other. But on the backside, it's like, well, I'm using my words. You didn't say that, but that's the perception that I get from the way that you do. It's almost like two different people. It's like, again, you want to be cool, calm, collected, and there's that conversation outside. It was very like, let's come to let's have a kumbaya moment. Green screen. It was like, well, I don't fuck with him, and I'm just like, well, girl, do you want to?
But okay, so Reese, this is the thing. When you go to your green screen, you have to talk as if we're in that situation at the current time. So I think that what happens is when we get to the live, we're in real time, and we're watching the show, you're watching us go back and reenact or go back to our emotions that we were going through at that time.
I understand that. I get that. To me, it just gives very in this like. I think that JT. I don't hardly see anyone on the cast, but I think that JT is one of those people that even her in this is giving a very different aura than on the show. Most times when you come on and you like, that's okay. You kind of connect with them because you see them on TV. You don't see giving that same type of energy. I feel like I don't know. I just don't know JT, and it's all I ever in the show is just very messy and very back and forth.
You say you agree with it, huh?
I definitely agree with that part. I'll say like this. As far as anything is concerned, I'm very much the same person. Enrique is right here. Obviously, if I ask Reggie, people are going to think he's going to be biased. But let's ask Enrique. Enrique, am I the same individual when you see me off camera and on camera? Is there any dissonance, anything different? I would love your opinion.
Okay, So, and I said this to you before on a phone conversation. I think me and Chauncey had a phone conversation, and I said this: the person that you are right now, that everybody's seeing right now in this present time, is the person that I know personally. Like every personal conversation we have is how I know you to be personally. But you do tend to give a little more energy when you're around a group, and I understand why. I get why, but you have a little bit of change, and so I get what they're saying because I've noticed it. When things start to happen, that if we're in a group setting, you kind of elevate a little bit more than you would if it was just a one-on-one. And I say that. I'm sorry. Let me say this real quick. I say that because the one thing I've learned in life and dealing with people is that when you want to have a conversation with somebody and you want it to be an authentic conversation, as to where both of our feelings are valid, you cannot have those conversations in front of a group of people, because once you get an audience, for some reason, people tend to change when an audience is around, because it's like you don't want to be perceived as weak, but you don't want to be perceived as confrontational. It's like a whole bunch of variables that come into that when the audience is around. And so that's why I wish, and I've always told y'all, I wish that more people would have conversations one-on-one, even if it's in front of the camera, as long as it's one-on-one. If you do that, you can get a resolution versus having 5 and 6 people around inputting their thoughts and their feelings.
Before we continue, hey, Reese, I don't know if you got the message or not.
You already did it.
Yeah, all right, fantastic. All right, so we're going to move forward. I'm not going to really speak much on it. I mean, JT, like I said, I'm glad. Thank you, Reese, for giving your opinion. But since everybody here is on here, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the episode, in my opinion, I guess, which is the Delon conversation with Chauncey, Black, and Tony. How y'all feel about that whole scene? Was it confusing?
It was very confusing.
It was very confusing, and in my opinion, Chauncey called me that night after everything happened. So once I saw it, I was like, "What in the hell is going on? Like, this argument is like really retarded."
Because nobody wanted to see what it was.
Yeah, it was a lot going on. It was hard for me to like keep up with what was the initial issue in general. Mm-hmm. Like even from the beginning, like Delon's confessional, he was making the statement as if the whole purpose of all of this was to figure out what was being said about him, and then it was something in reference to Black. Like Black had started talking to him, and Chauncey started going back and forth, and he was saying how he caught Chauncey in like 2 lies, and I'm like, what is happening? Like it was just a lot going on.
Yep, a lot.
So, okay, we're gonna break it down play by play. So we're gonna start with this. Do y'all all feel like Delon, when at the end of the scene, Delon said he orchestrated this whole thing, and he was inconclusive, he did not get no answers? Do y'all agree with that? He got no answers from this.
Absolutely.
We got no answers. Of course, we agree.
So y'all get no answers. There's some answers.
No. So the purpose, again, as I said, and Reggie will, and I can say this: Reggie will be dropping the text messages on our Instagram, so you guys can actually see the messages that Delon was referring to, and it could try to kind of help you make more sense of it. But even with me reading that, I still needed a GPS because I was lost.
Well, it was the fact that Delon put it in most of the time. I was like, say something, sir. Like, speak up. You put this together now. Black was talking, and then Chauncey was yelling, and
no, they weren't talking. They all were yelling over each other.
Yeah, it was hard to understand.
So I guess I got asked. So we're gonna start with Black next. Do y'all understand where Black was coming from? Did y'all get some clarity from that, like what he was saying towards Chauncey?
It sounded like there was a conversation that was had, and he allegedly said something about, and it got back to, but Chauncey didn't relay what it was, and then was like, "I'll tell you when everybody's together." So then that's why the conversation between Chauncey and Black, I don't understand the 2 lies.
It was just a lot going on, and I think that multiple people in that situation had issues with Chauncey or wanted to confront Chauncey about something, and it became an overlapping of misunderstanding. So there was no resolution, there was no conclusion, there was no point of understanding after all that was said and done. They were just as lost as we were when we watched it as they were in the scene.
So I mean, would y'all give it a that was a almost an attack Chauncey, bash Chauncey setup thing?
Well, no, because
I can't say that because I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Like, I mean, when that night, I also talked to Chauncey that night, and he explained to me that he felt ambushed because
He did.
all those people came at him. Now, I don't think they all was on the same page. I'll say that. So it doesn't seem like they unified this situation and was like, oh, we're all going to get Chauncey. I feel like everybody had their own issue, and they picked that time to say it to him. And it, like I said, he felt ambushed because he was now dealing with Delon, he's dealing with Black, he's dealing with who else was there? Tony. Like, he got all these energies going on, and he just feels on the defense because he's the only person that everybody's talking to. So I think that's where the overall thing comes in. But like, I'm still just confused on everything because, like I said, it was just so many variables going on. And
Okay, well, London is in the comments saying he got answers. I need to know what answers London got since he got them because we need them because I'm lost.
Okay, and also, later on, when I get my lovely opinion, I can probably help y'all guide y'all from a production aspect and try to probably connect the lines for y'all. Because honestly, for me behind the camera, if you notice my angle, it was kind of chaotic. And I did it slightly intentional because, like I said, it was a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? It was very chaotic. But after me editing the scene, I can kind of guide what was the point A to point Z. Okay, that's how far I felt like we went. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I think we just had Chauncey join.
What's up?
How you doing, sir? Well, Chauncey, you brought up this line power
too. Bring him to the show.
So,
can you hear me?
Black, yeah, we can hear you. Black constantly said you told not one but two lies in that conversation. You want to touch up on that?
London also said he was lying in the comments. That's why he said that.
Oh wait. Oh, and London said you lying in the comments as well.
Yeah.
So why am I calling you?
So here's the thing that I just get confused about. It's like even with the flashback in the episode, I said I can repeat what I said, but I don't think any of us do from things that happened months ago. But the whole thing with the lying, I said something. I'm gonna ask you, okay, what did I lie about? That's all I'm just trying to understand. Yeah, well, what did I say? I just want to know that part. And if London has any, it's like, okay.
No, London didn't say you were lying. London said it's giving, meaning the way it's perceived on the show. That's my assumption because he never said Chauncey is lying. He said it's giving Chauncey is lying. So I think that he's saying that that's what the perception was when we watched the episode.
Oh, okay, got you. Oh, yeah. So I caught you in two lies, and everybody's saying that I'm lying. I was just trying to understand. Well, it just kept being, oh, well, you know what you said, and da da da, and it was just like when it comes to that, okay, either you're gonna say it or like, because then it's just the conversation. It was around. I have three different things, and it was weird because again, these conversations that I was having, I've talked to Tony already, and I told him the only reason why your name came because we were talking about Rodney's birthday dinner, and he was there. Name came up. As far as Black, I told Black, I was like, me in conversation on the phone where I told Black specifically where I felt like he deflected. Delon took the message, which y'all will see, where I said when we can have a conversation in person because people like to deflect and run away from conversation. Those are two totally different conversations. And it was so much yelling. I realized that nobody's really trying to listen to me. Y'all are trying to were asking me something, as soon as I would explain it, y'all would go on to something else. To me, it was just like I felt like it was getting nowhere. I was called a liar. I would say, well, what did I lie about? And then it would be like, oh, I thought you can remember everything. Even in the flashback, I specifically said I can stand on what I said. If I repeat it,
Reese, what's your question?
know what, not what. Well, I do want to know what, but why? When you take what you and Delon have the conversation, whatever you were supposed to.
Say that one more time.
The information that you were taking to Delon, why didn't you just tell him what I'm going to tell you when everybody's together? Like, to me, I just feel like that was kind of like.
Oh, well, because, and like I said, it got to a pain more than what it should have been. And it was like, okay, well, you just find out on your own. I'm not going to, you find out on your own. Like, I don't want to, now, I'm not going to say it. Because now it's just, now. Huh?
I think this is what it is. The whole thing is that Chauncey is the type of person that he's not among what other people said. The situation, that was at the situation. What happened with, as far as like what I got from it was that he told, but then text Delon something else. Black took it as a lie.
And Delon have the same. I'm confused. Me and Delon have the same message. I literally what I said in the message, which is we can have this conversation in person because people like to said Black's name.
We never said Black's name, but I think Black
we got the
went
same
off
message.
the time that you had the conversation. He said that people deflect shit. So then that's
right.
Like, oh, I just said that to you.
Black thought that.
But you know that Black don't like Delon. So it was like you talking to him. So I think that's what he was getting from. And that he was feeling like you was like lying about something.
What their relationship was?
Yeah. It's given that
I wasn't privy to that.
It's given that they
Jesus, I feel like I'm in the third grade again.
Yeah. It's given that at the time that way because you're talking to the enemy at the same time, but at the same, but it's all like you're not gonna disclose what exactly.
The whole talking to the enemy thing, I don't really care about that because again, I didn't. I mean, we keeping it a buck. It's not at that moment when we were filming. If I had loyalty to anybody, it would be as far as like really being close with somebody at that time. Me and Len very, very, very close. So if I had loyalty to anybody, it would be low. Are you going back and talking to the enemy? I don't go in that because I'm not in that. I ain't gonna do with that.
But so what did Delon tell you before you walked in?
Hold on, y'all. Just to clarify, I think so. Will we be on one topic or one topic alone? The whole premise of the base of the whole conversation was going back to those screenshots between Delon and Chauncey. That's why Black said the line comment, all that. So the centerpiece of all of this was whatever was said on those messages. That way they were brought into the forefront of the light. So just to keep everybody in like a kind of a bubble, so we're not just going all over the place. That's the focal point. That's why Chauncey, they were saying things about Chauncey lying and all that good jazz. Okay, so just want to clear that up for people who are confused what the hell is going on. That's what the main focal point of the scene was. Those. Move forward from there. Sorry,
they ain't gonna be happy.
I do feel like Chauncey, like I understand the situation. I feel like what obviously was that it was supposed to be just a get together between him and Delon or him and like a dinner. But it was kind of like Black said the same thing. I just thought it was going to be just whatever the case is. So for did Tony. I believe Tony said the same thing, or I think his case was in his case. But I don't think that at that time I would say that getting to know each other as far as like Delon and Tony and everything, and I'm not sure as far as like the connection between Black and Delon at that time or at the time, but I know that when you are told one thing and the person got defensive too, and probably didn't say anything.
London, what's the end point? Because you're stringing me along here.
No, I'm just saying that the fact that everything wasn't resolved in any kind of way or even gotten anywhere is because of how it's presented or coming there.
Well, I want to say something to what London just said. The thing is, and what y'all are, what people are missing, unless you are a person who has studied people and understand people, y'all were all just getting to know each other. Even though you may have had a bond with somebody or you started to build a bond with somebody, you guys are still just getting to know each other. And even in a relationship of physicalities, when you start to date someone, you don't get to know that person in their totality until a year or so after. Because in the first parts of that getting to know them, there you have a representative there that's giving you what you want to hear, and you don't get to know that person until you know the ins and outs, maybe a year or so later. So the problem is, instead of getting to know each other and taking each other for face value and not trying to go deeper, everybody tries to get on these shows and these platforms and instantly build these friendships because it's like, oh, girl, you like playing pool? I like to play pool. Oh, you like to smoke cigarettes? I like to smoke. You know, and y'all find those common grounds, but still don't know the person to the core. The superficial or the surface is what we get to know, and y'all are not taking the time to get to know each other. So that's what that's why I think the disconnect is with all of these platforms. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that, and I don't care what blogger, what person on the platform tries to come against me. I study people, and that's what I get.
Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna probably take a quick commercial break. Give the audience a break from this choppiness that we got going on, and when we get back, we're gonna do a little stroll back down memory lane for you, JC. Talk about the other episodes that you never got to say an opinion about for real. And then we're gonna wrap up to our favorite part, the opinion. So we'll see y'all when we get
Well,
back.
I'm dropping off because my husband is here with dinner, and it's time for me to be the wife. Bye.
Well, there goes our best personal audio.
I think everybody else needs to turn their Wi-Fi on.
Want beautiful skin the natural way? Then K3 is just for you. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Black. That's BLAQ. And I don't know how many times I have been asked or even told that you have very nice skin or what do you use in your skin. And I don't know how many times I have told people that I just drink water. Drinking water don't always work for everybody. So what I've done, want beautiful skin the natural way? Then K3 is just for you. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Black. That's BLAQ. And I don't know how many times I have been asked or even told that you have very nice skin or what do you use in your skin. And I don't know how many times I have told people that I just drink water. Drinking water don't always work for everybody. So what I've done is produced two products, well, multiple products actually, for you guys, just for you to use for your skin, to get that glow, that nice even tone. And if you want beautiful skin the natural way, make sure you purchase K3 today.
I'm making hits back to back. That boy Red help me out. Now I'm growing where I'm at. I left the drummer with Corona till I'm Black. Told you that.
Real Life and Reality is back. We're bringing you all new content from our hit show, Real Life and Philanthropy, and our brand new show, Real Life the Music. And oh yes, we're bringing you real life premium content all year long. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to all things real life and reality. See you in the comment section.
You make it easy. I'm fine.
We're
back. Oh, I'm sorry if y'all caught me being lazy, laying back. You know, it's kind of so hard looking this good. But no, welcome back to Watch Us Live, man. I'm so sorry about the choppiness, but it's okay because we're still rocking out here with the one and only Miss JT. Come on, show me a smile. That's the fakest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Oh my god. All right, but now since we got done talking about episode 12 in such a way, now we're gonna go back down memory lane. So JT, first off, do you have a favorite episode before episode 12?
No.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would enjoy the episodes, but I do not have a favorite.
Okay, so let's get into it. So, what dealing with these group of people and the way they've been moving, and your favorite word, weird.
Yeah.
So, how weird has this group of people been through episodes 1 through 11?
It's been interesting, to say the least. I mean, just watching how certain stuff unfolds on the opposite spectrum, you know, you're in it. So it's like, okay, you're in it. But watching it back and seeing how things happen, people's opinions in the confessionals, all that stuff, it's just been interesting. And that's just not just pertaining to me, of course. It's the whole show itself.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting to watch.
You feel like we have a very weird show?
No, we just have a weird cast.
Very weird. Oh, just the cast is weird.
Yeah, like it's just certain stuff that just the math don't math to me. Like even after you come with an explanation, that's not what it is to them. Like some of the situations that transpired, I don't know. It's the perspectives. I just don't get it. And I'll say this. Of course, y'all can see that my energy is not what you may think it would be, but it's only because I'm just processing the situation, considering that I'm just baffled by the perspectives that I have been coming across over the course of the show being put out. Some of the stuff, like I get you can have a certain idea of how something went or whatever, but then in other ways it just be kind of like, is it? There's a fine line between you having an opinion and it coming off as just you being a hater.
So you feel like people who, and I guess you were saying, speaking about viewers and cast mates.
Correct.
So I feel like since this perception of you being, you know, some things that people have said is being a setup person, doing being messy and all these things. So is it more because they don't know who the fuck the real JT is, or is it just us as production have portrayed you this way?
It's a little bit of both. You know, and I don't think y'all portrayed me in that way. Like, I don't think it's necessarily that, like, oh, we want to make sure that JT looks like this. No, I don't think that. Mm-hmm. I feel like I said before, people think that we do that. But personally, I don't think that's the case. I think for me, like I said before, if I give you content and certain content is more interesting to y'all than others, and you choose to put that in there, and like I said before, we have an ass load of cast members. You have all these pieces. So when you're putting all these pieces together, the things that are more important or you want to prioritize, you choose those parts. So if my messy parts is what you decide to put in there, I can't be mad at that. Like, it is what it is. But as far as I'm concerned, the quote unquote messy stuff, I was using messy as a term to explain in general how anybody should feel within these spectrums. But I personally don't see where the particular like concepts of my messiness can last an entire season when the only thing that is a point of reference would be the situation with Rodney. Which in case me and him are the coolest out of everybody in the cast. And I find that to be interesting. But
Reese, I can't help but see your facial expression. What's wrong?
Just I don't. I'm listening, but I don't get it. So JT, are you what we see on the show? Would you say that that's an accurate depiction of who you are?
Not in its entirety, no.
Well, of course not in its entirety. We're not going to get all the facets of you, but I mean, is it a pretty accurate depiction? Like, you don't see the messy except for the situation with
Like, okay, if we talk about that Rodney situation, just to give you backstory and context, which I feel like I've told this story like 8,000 times, but when it came down to Rodney, my intention for me sitting down with Rodney was to figure out why in the world all these people within this group, because I'm referencing like, you know, the people before us new people came into the mix. Why is it that they have this disconnect with you? What is going on? So if everybody was watching that episode, me and him were literally talking about the group, what was the issue, and me expressing to him like, it can't be just them, it gotta be you. And I saying all that to say, I looked at it in my own, you know, situation as well, where how did I contribute to other people's perception of me? So my intention in that situation for, you know, talking to him in that situation was to kind of give him another side of the situation, since I have such a clear vision to it. I didn't know any of these people. I just was talking based off of what I seen from the pajama party and from the pop-up shop. It was like a lot of mess and it was a lot of like discord. So I'm like, okay, Rod, let's talk about it. So when it came down to Tell It popping up, Tell It called me while I was preparing for Rodney to come over. He was already on the way. Tell It was like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, I'm filming with Rodney real quick to see what the tea is. And he's like, oh, bitch, that's the stuff. I said, you know what? Because he said something about going out that night. I said, you know what? Just go ahead and come on over. Maybe you can pop up in the scene, and then we can go out or whatever. That's literally how it was. It was never no quote-unquote setup like how it would be. And then everybody's definition of a setup is whatever they choose it to be. My personal definition is like, bitch, I literally conspired this entire scene for this very moment, when in actuality, yeah, orchestrated. But in actuality, my scene's intention was there first, and Tell It was just an element that popped up. That was not no intention of me like, Tell It, let's get in here and you just go off on her. Like, no, it didn't give that. So if people want to take that moment from what episode that was, episode 3, like if you want to take that and hold it for 9 episodes, that's up to y'all.
Man, 9 episodes. Like, I feel like every time you come on, there is some drama mixed, and you're a chef, baby. You stir the pot. That's just me. And again, if that's
the situation, what is the next question that you're referencing then? Because after that, every other situation that I was involved in was something that was brought to my doorstep. So let's go down the line. Antonio decided to bring, because to give more clarification, Antonio decided to bring a comment that I made in a group of people off camera at a party where we're all drinking and having a good time. He decided to bring a comment I made, which in case there was a bunch of people, we all having a group conversation. But he decided to take my comment and take it to her and make it to Shanti, which I was referencing, take it to her. And then it caused a discord between us, hence the reason why I saw it on the show. And I was trying to explain to him, as far as having 2 friends who you may feel like, okay, I'm out here talking shit, you could have easily told me like, bitch, stop talking. You shouldn't be talking about her. That's my friend. That's the tea. Stop talking. Or if you were going to be like, okay, just so you know, I am going to go back and tell her what you're saying. Those are great options. But the option he chose to do was go to her, tell her the situation. Then while I'm at work, I get a call from him and DeLon, and it's like, hey, we want to film this scene and talk about this. So automatically, that's a problem for me. So I don't understand how that's messy. Next, the situation with Bus Clown. Bus Clown and Black were going to South Carolina for an event that Reggie was going to film for them. Well, his video, however the case may be, what it was. They were going down there. They're having a conversation. They bringing up different people. He decided to have an opinion about what me and Reggie had going on. Reggie brought it to me, and I was upset about it. And I wasn't pissed or anything like that, but I was disappointed because I felt like my friend was out of bounds, and he should not have spoke to him and said anything. He should have came to me if he had any opinion or if he had anything that needed to be told to me. So that was where that came in about. So as far as everything else is concerned, I want to see where the messy part is. When in actuality, everything that has happened came to me.
Okay.
And I think that maybe
Trap Spot. What?
Go to Reese.
Go. Is that man?
Just go to Reese.
A hard time the whole time.
No, let's clarify because he tried this on his live. I'll let him know. So Trap Spot, if you don't know, it's such a thing called editing. So in the episode where I was at my photo shoot, that outfit that I wore, the funny part about it was it was later shown that at Delon's party, if you didn't notice, the dominatrix party. The dominatrix party was actually the next day after me and Antonio sat down. So when it came down to editing, they put the episode where it was, depending on how they wanted to tell that story for that episode. I didn't wear the same outfit. It was actually the same day. My photo shoot that I did was the same day as Delon's dominatrix party. So I left the photo shoot and went straight to the party. I didn't get dressed for it. So that is why it looks like I'm wearing the same outfit in two scenes when it actually happened in the same day. So I wanted to go ahead and throw that out there, even though and what's unfortunate is, it's, there's a level of ignorance that comes along with this situation where people can't figure out that there's other elements to this. Because honestly, would I be that weird of a bitch to go to a scene wearing the same exact beret, top, pants, and heels? Honestly, does that make sense? No, it does not make sense. But unfortunately, because you clearly have your little underlying issue with me, you wanted to go with that narrative, and now you're trying to play. But it's unfortunate, and I'm gonna let you have it. You do your big one. But there's your explanation, and we can continue with the show.
All right, Reese, what was you saying?
I was just gonna say, I think that I stand on my opinion, my perspective, but listening to you explain the situations, I think that, all due respect, I think that the one piece of advice that I would give you is, in TV arena, people aren't always going to respond or react the way that you. So, like with the situation with Antonio, you said you had the conversation and you didn't know he could have done A and B. Well, you kind of stepped in that by, he doesn't have to stop you. You chose to say what you said, and he did what he did with that information. So, but at the same time, if you don't want to be caught up in these situations, you know yourself, but you might want to mute yourself until maybe Shantika's around and you say, okay, I mean, like, I don't, and I want to just say this because I think that that I just have this hate for JT. I don't know you personally, so there's no hate at all. But what I saw was just kind of like, not my type of person. I just feel like it seemed like every time you came in, it was messy. So I drew my conclusion just off of watching the show as a viewer. No ill will. I just think that, I don't know, it's a little bit of deflect time. And I get it. There's so much backstory that we don't see. So see.
Okay, I respect that. Going more further down it, you pretty much covered pretty much the main parts of the whole season back to now. So I guess with further ado, Reese, if your heart is clear, it's time for our opinions, man. So we're gonna let you start with ladies first. Do you have an opinion about the whole episode as a whole? Just anything in general, you want to get off your chest.
I enjoyed the episode, like I said before. No specific things that I want to say about the episode. It was good. It was laid out pretty nice. Things happened. Like I said, we had a nice balance. I appreciated the show in general. Watch every Thursday. As far as like in my opinion in general, I'm not here to please anybody. I'm not here to make anybody agree with what I say or do. I, however, am not going to censor myself because of how people's perception choose to go versus what it really is. In those situations, I am in a space where, again, I am not the only one talking. I'm not the only one speaking. And in my opinion, this is an open forum to have our conversations. And unfortunately, it's that whatever I'm saying is the focal point, and then it's glued into the stuff. And I find that to be very weird, only because to me, compared to some of the things that I have heard amongst this group, is very minuscule. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always keep things very surface. I don't ever try to hit below the belt unless I feel like you hit me first. I'm very retaliatory. I am very reactionary. But I am not the person to just create a situation and hit you all kind of ways and then be like, oh my God, what? No, it's not that at all. I know what I said. I know what I did. And I know what my intentions are. And so things can come about any way that they choose. But it's just interesting how that has been. I'm not what you think I am. And that's okay if you don't agree. Continue to watch the show for what it is. Enjoy it. Like, and that's it. Like, I'm only speaking to, generally speaking, I've heard a lot of things that Reese has spoken on, and I receive it. There's just only a part of me that I can't receive, only because I just feel like there's just a slight disconnect between you and I don't even know you. And therefore, I just kind of like look at it as not really what I want it to be, like, which is constructive criticism. I kind of it comes off as you seeing what you want to see versus what it is. And that's it. Like I said, it's no ill will, obviously. We do not know each other, and there's never been a thing, but based off of what I saw on the previous after show with Terrence to now, it just gives very much, you just don't like me, and that is okay. Like, I'm not trying to convince anybody in any way, form, or fashion. I know what it is. Everybody's perception is what it is. And it is. It is what it is. So.
Okay, Reese, you always be here for an opinion, so you got a short one for me?
No, that it is not a thing. I don't know you, like you said, we don't know each other. I don't dislike you. Again, I think that's what it is, in my opinion. Your character on the show is, and even in the way that you're explaining it, it's like almost like you're trying to defend it. It is you're on the show, you're doing a thing. Own that shit. We're looking at it for what it is. Whatever they put out there, that's what we're seeing. That's it. Like, again, like I feel like you want to be understood, but it comes like you're saying receive it, but it's like you receive it and then you chop it up and say, okay, but this ain't that.
Because unfortunately, I can receive that you have what I was saying was, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but I can receive that you have a difference of opinion, but I just can't receive everything that you said. And I'm not just saying just you, I'm saying in general. So I can receive that there's a difference of opinion. Unfortunately, a lot of those things within that opinion isn't fact. So that's why I responded.
See that we realize that we're going off of the snippet that you have access to everything that happened before and after. Not that serious. We're just having a conversation. I'm not like, I don't know if I'm getting upset or anything, like, I'm an opinion. But I think that you have access to, again, we only see what we see. So that's all I'm saying. No love lost. I know the show, so keep doing you.
Okay, so I guess it's finally my turn. All right, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. My opinion's not long tonight, but it is gonna be strictly followed on episode 12 and only 12 only. I like episode 12. I don't know what it is about sixes. I told Brandon earlier today, it's something about those sixes, man. 6, 12, and I have a feeling when we do the reunion, which will be number 18. Oh my God. And,
wow.
Or 18, 19, something on there. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself. Anyway, please not paying me yet. I'm just, maybe it'll be at 18, maybe at 19, who knows. I'm just trying to think on good numbers right now. Anyway, but speaking of that, I'm just talking about to myself. We're gonna go with Spring Fling real quick. Spring Fling. It was an interesting scene. Overall, it will be a peaceful scene, but unfortunately, we can never have nothing peaceful in this group. And a lot of people, even people on the cast, asked me how I feel that my business came out, or saying my name got mentioned on the show. And personally, I didn't care. I am a grown man who stands what I have done, what my interactions are, and I know who I am.
I love that.
And I feel like it made me no different. You know what I'm saying? It was my name. Oh, I love him, man. I'm famous now. They said my name on web series. Probably like at least 5,000, 6,000 plus people see it. So I think it's a win-win for me.
And just to clarify, I was the one that was uncomfortable about it, not him.
That too. I feel like with the whole thing between me and JT, it was never. It was what it was. And unfortunately, like that whole situation, after that, it kind of went, in my opinion. And that's fine. Me and JT still cool to this day. Great person to talk to and everything. So I think that scene was a great way to kind of just make it easier. He was talking shit about it anyway. So going on to the next scene.
Reese asking the question.
What's up, Reese?
You said y'all are cool. So are y'all still a thing or no?
No. I will say this.
Right. He said.
I'll clear this up. It's a thing. It's kind of like one of those things when you're trying to figure it out, really, because things have happened. Okay, so it's not the same when we first started communicating. It's a little different. So therefore, we're just trying to figure it out. We're still cool. There's no beef. There's no tea. There's no issues. We're just trying to figure it out.
I mean, the only thing there's one beef. She just trash at it. Maybe one game I'm not gonna bring up. But other than that, we're all good. But moving forward,
don't give us a taste and then take it away.
See, he's referencing what y'all don't know is I'm a geek, right? I love video games, and so one of our things is Pokemon, and I have yet to play him. That's what he's talking about.
Trash. Anyway, yeah, for those who know, Reggie's a big nerd, and sometimes JT. But moving forward, so I can hurry on in this live. Moving forward to the cooking scene. Shout out to Brandon for filming that scene by himself. Anybody want to get around for Brandon? No, just me. Anyway, I heard it was very cramped and small in there. The chicken, maybe it was just the Sony, because Sony's are trash. It looks like the chicken was very dry and stuff like that. But I mean, people have confirmed. Shout out to the winner. Congratulations to him. But I think I wish I had more time in the episode to show the second part of the scene, which was the actual conversation between JT and Shantika.
Yeah.
Cause that and it seemed like it was a conversation needed to be had. Did it go somewhere? JT, did it go anywhere? In your opinion?
Which conversation are you referencing?
The one that had the opinion about one another. I think whatever black game he played at the thing.
Oh yeah, we did talk. It went well.
Yeah,
I thought it went well. Of course, as always. Antonio had another opinion, but that's neither here nor there. Y'all didn't see that part. Yeah. Maybe y'all catch a deleted scene or something. You never know.
Never know.
But yeah.
But I think overall the scene was cute. Seeing you get to eat food, that's for free, I guess. Very good thing. But Liam house cleansing, that was a very beautiful scene. I got emotional on that day too. Because Shantika did speak. I don't know what it is about Shantika, but every time she speaks, she get emotional. I don't know what she do. I really don't. I feel you feeling it. I be in my feelings. I be in deep thought. So for Shantika, I don't know if you're watching this, love, thank you for what you do. You're a blessing to the world, and you are appreciated. Going to the post-op scene. That was a cute scene. So I'm glad that you and Buscon talked it out because, in my opinion, and also this is conjunction with the screenplay. I personally feel like that argument should never happen. Speaking from me on this point, okay, I never really got to say my piece on it. When Buscon when we went to South Carolina, on the cast? Huh?
Said you ain't on the cast. Go ahead.
Well, they try to make me the unofficial 8th member, so we're going on there. So anyway, but when Buscon made the comment about me and JT was not gonna last, I mean, honestly, it was true what Buscon said. In my opinion, it was a joke. But when me and JT were talking, and when I do talk to JT, from my understanding, it's me talking to JT as JT. Not Reggie, the producer, not Reggie, part of the cameraman. No, it's just legit taking a break from that. And when I originally shared this information with her, in my opinion, I was like, I'm telling her to pay it with dust or whatever. Now, when it revealed that she was disappointed or felt some type of way about it, like, oh shit, okay, well, maybe she ain't gonna say anything. Then it came out that she was gonna talk to BuzzCon eventually. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is before I knew she talked to Taylor or whatever, and I guess my thing, I just knew that Dead Spring Flame, I knew something was gonna be weird. I had to go leave and work and do another gig, and I won't be able to be there for JT or just be there for myself to defend what happened or tell my side of it. So when that all happened, I really felt guilty. I ain't gonna lie, I felt guilty for the fact that only because I didn't get to say my opinion and it just looked like it was just a big misconfusion much when it really didn't have to be that way. And two friends argued for what? Then go to the post-op scene. Like I said, it was good to clear that up. And I didn't really have to say anything for it to get cleared up. They just figured it out on their own. And that's the beauty of true, genuine people, friendships, getting to know each other. You can start something and then end it at a note that, that we're going to move forward as adults. Now, this will get kind of controversial. When it comes to the Delon confrontation scene, that's why I keep calling it, guys, just me on my edit. That scene, it was not as confusing as many people thought it would be. Maybe because I'm saying it I was filming it. It did cover a lot of topics, speaking about who he will not be named, going into speaking about Chelsea. Honestly, like I said, the whole center point of the conversation was about the screenshots. Those screenshots that happened off camera, and yet again, another situation that happened off camera is coming into another day. Do I feel like it was a setup for Chauncey? Yeah. Because whether you want, no matter how you try to schedule times or whatever, if you have multiple people and a man was not ready to deal with all that, that's a setup. I mean, that's my opinion of it. If I'm not ready for it, you put me in a fire like that, that's kind of like, well, again, especially if you knew what was about to happen. Do I feel like Black was right for saying that Chauncey lied? I didn't really see a lie. I mean, it's like, I think Chauncey did forget what he said, and in my opinion, with the flashback, I don't know who agreed with it, who don't agree with it. When I threw that flashback in there, for me it was relevant because for me, if you remember something, you had to remember something to repeat it. So if you don't remember, that's almost Cohen saying you can't repeat it either. So I feel like that was a revelation of me putting that flashback. Some people might say it was a reach. Others might say that he was spot on. But I think it was spot on because it had relevance to it. Do I feel like it was getting too far? It was just a bunch of yelling both time. Do I feel like there was actual clarity, which is why we put in the episode when Brandon actually talked to Chauncey. That kind of cleared it up too. That kind of cleared up one big part of conversation too. And yeah, so I don't know why it was so hard for people to follow. Maybe it's just because I edited it and I had to stare at it for hours and hours and hours and hours. I had to study it. But I mean, I feel like it was needed. Did it get anywhere? Hell no. But the truth or the real opinion about this show, what situation really gets resolved for long and then stay resolved, because eventually it comes back. That's the point of reality. Well, overall, I love this episode though, and I really feel like this was that's why I call the episode Hard Truths. There was a lot of hard truths in this episode, and I probably should have. And I hope y'all enjoyed the shade counter coming back. I was tired of not being able to do the counter because we have this positivity, love, growth, and happiness. And before I wrap up, I had to go on my soapbox for a second and say this one last thing. I don't know how many times I talk about for production, but production, and I'm not going to speak for Brandon. I'm speaking for me. Yes, I portray myself as a messy person or a messy producer or whatever. But honestly, genuinely, as a grown-ass man and who not learn from you or anybody else, I do not wake up every day thinking about how I'm gonna fuck somebody's day up every malicious intent. I do not think about nobody like that. That's just not how I live. I'm a good, genuine person who can take the back off my clothes and do too much for everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I ain't, Brandon, shut the fuck up.
You said take the back off.
Okay, take my clothes on my back. You know what the fuck I meant, Brandon. God damn, it was a serious moment. Damn you. God damn it. But regardless of the point, I do anything, everything, everybody. I'm a very patient person. Like, majority of the time, I'm a very patient person. I do everything for everybody. So the fact that anybody, cast, viewer, can easily, and anybody can feel like they can easily just say they know me and say I'm a malicious person, no. I'm not, I can't fuck with it. I know people have a tie to their opinion, but respectfully, fuck you. Respectfully. Because you don't know me, just stop speaking on me. I'm a good person. I have thousands of people who say that. And I do not wake up on my day with all the stressful things I have to do, all the real life problems that I don't have to go through to worry about how I'm gonna fuck your day up and make you look bad. And for those who want to take it that way, you can take it that way. But on a happier note, I love you all. Please follow us, subscribe, all that jazz. We appreciate everybody who supports us. And before we go, JT, would you like to plug yourself in?
Yeah. Follow me at JT for real. That's JT for real twice. Yeah. That's on Instagram. Once you get there, look at my bio. You'll check out some of the stuff that I'm doing. Current link, you can check out Off the Runway, which is a fashion talk show that I'm assisting producing. That is currently going on, and be on the lookout for Stylish, which is another show that's going to be premiering on OMS TV Plus at the end of March. So be on the lookout.
And as you know, it's your boy, Reggie. You can follow me at pp_productions01, at pp_productions01. And yet again, I do this every episode. If you don't like it with his ugly self, we shout out Brendan for doing everything you can, my boy, behind the scenes. We appreciate you. Love you. You ball best. You need to clap for him? How rude, JT. That was so rude. And just a couple more things. We got a title. We are, this English said, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Messy.
Okay.
That's so cute. But yeah, that's it. And with all our hearts, minds are clear, that's a wrap.
Okay. Bye.